I made the Amazing Digital Circus, episode 2, out of candy. In this episode, everything is made of candy. This is incredibly convenient for me, a guy who makes everything out of candy. Some of you may think I had an inside man at Glitch Studios who convinced them to make the next video easier for me. Those people would be right. I am fully in control. Pomni will explode next episode. You heard it here first. This episode's main thing was these two trucks. They are very weighty and gasoline-pilled. Bro is Mad Max Maxing. For this episode, instead of making a bunch of plates with terrible candy creations, I will make dioramas. This is like a miniature world, except lifeless and dead. Just like the Australian city of Sydney. Sydney haters, rise up! To be more specific, I will make 2 dioramas. One will have both trucks locked side by side in perilous combat. The other will be the peaceful, cozy campfire that the gummy bandits rested at. To make both, I will need bases for them to sit on. I'll make those out of cake. Now, I don't have any trays that are particularly large or food safe, so I got these pieces of metal that I think can go in the oven, and I put baking paper all over them to make them food safe-ish. That'll do, I reckon. I then mixed up the cake. Eggs, flour, milk, butter, pour, bake, 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 bake. Yeah, that'll be baking for a while. While we wait, I'll make the denizens of Candyland, starting with their queen. Rest in peace. We cannot know exactly how she rules her army of mannequin people. I think she is a ruthless dictator who rules only by the fear the populace has of her. But that's just me. I made her by getting a lollipop. I then got this packet of gummy donuts and opened it up, chopping one in half. Using those halves, I can make her hair. I stuck on her eyes using a bit of black icing as glue. Finally, I took a pink macaroon and ripped it up to make her dress and her teeny tiny feet. Next, the carriage that pulls the members of the circus into Candyland is drawn by a gummy elephant. Yes, it is the elephant from the meme. I tried to buy the original for $420,000, but I was talking to someone else who only sells 100-year-old cameras. Instead, I got a packet of these twin snakes. Then, when I opened it up, I found that the entire packet had melted together into Apophis, ancient god of snakes, devourer of the sun, cobra of darkness. So I ripped that apart and pulled out 3 pairs. I then did some surgical removers and tore it apart with my bare hands. Finally, adding some eyes, we had a gummy elephant. For the final denizens of the Candy Kingdom, I made the gummy bandits themselves. Now, I don't have gummy crocodiles, as those are very specific candies. Instead, I used some random gummy pieces in various colors. Some icing makes the eyes, and I capped them off with some chocolate biscuits as their hats. Get it? 'Cause capped, it's like hats. Alright, let's move on to the first truck, the one the gummy bandits used. This one is made for transporting maple syrup, so I got some of that. I won't use any, because maple syrup is really hard to do anything with, except eat. For the truck itself, we'll start with the back. This looks like some sort of cake with icing on top. Unfortunately, I've run out of cake. This poses a difficult question for me. Which of my friends do I consume? Oh, no, wait, hang on, wrong question. The question is, what do I use instead? The answer is not difficult. I got a baguette thing of bread. Using the blade, I chopped off the ends. I mixed up some icing and changed its color using the power of Christ, food coloring, before scooping that out onto the bread. It was extremely hot, so I used my fingers to ensure maximum spread, and also to burn off my fingerprints. No one can know where I was on May 2nd, 2024. Next, I'll move on to the front of the truck. I got these Tim Tam biscuits for later in the video, but I realized they can be used here as well. I stacked them up and used glue to stick them together. Glue? Poisonous? No. I've eaten a lot of it. Oh, this isn't glue anyway, it's icing, so you can stop complaining. But glue is edible. Pretty confident on that one. Next up, wheels. Wheels were invented in the year 2004 by an enterprising young boy. That boy grew up and became very famous. His name? Mr. Jimathan Beast. Mr. Beast! I got these round Fox biscuits that are coated in chocolate. By melting the bottom of some gummy strawberries, I can make the pink caps. Get it? Because wait, that's the wrong use of caps. I made 6 of them and put them on the truck. I can't exactly place them very well because the plate is not big enough. I am certain the diorama will easily fit both trucks. Foreshadowing, because it's not true. To finish off the truck, I need to add these detail things onto it. I'll use some wafers to make the top of the truck, and some flexible chocolate things make these straps. Unfortunately, they refuse to stay in place. Stop falling! Next up, I'll make the characters from the digital circus itself. I already made all these characters in the last video, so I'm gonna make simpler versions this time. First up, I made Gangle, the driver of the truck. I got a heart-shaped marshmallow to make her face. To make her body, I got a jelly snake and cut off the head and the tail. What part of a snake qualifies as the tail anyway? Shouldn't all of it be the tail when you think about it? Anyway, I put it on. It's not as coiled as it should be. It is rather straight. Next, I gave Gangle a face using some black icing. I was going to make Gangle happy this time, since she gets to drive a truck in this episode, but it turns out she's sad about that. That's stupid, because driving a truck looks like it would be really fun and really easy. Next, I made Kane. I got this thin red candy piece for his body. Kane has been hitting the gym recently and has trimmed off all the excess fat along with his arms, legs, and most of his body. Luckily, his eyes remain as eye-y as ever, as I used candy eyes for those. For his teeth, I used a pair of gummy teeth and then chopped one in half, and then just used those two parts. I turned the other one, now unnecessary, to ash using my ancient powers. For Bubble, I got a blue gumball and then drew on an eyes and a mouth using yellow icing. This is possibly my greatest work. Next up is Ragatha. To make her purple dress, I got some pink lifesavers and stacked them up. I then turned them purple using my ancient powers once more. In this case, my ancient powers failed, but I could not regain my lost magics, so I just left it pink. I added more of those strawberry candy pieces I used for Kane's body as Ragatha's hair, where it looks a lot better. I drew on her eyes using some black icing, with a circle for her left eye and an X for her right. On to Jax. I made Jax out of the same grape-flavored clouds I used last time, only this time way smaller. I cut one up into bits for his ears, and then used icing to make his eyes. Pomni is rather complicated as far as character designs go, so I improvised. I got these two poles in blue and pink. My ancient powers are gone, so we're just gonna have to use pink instead of actually having red. I chopped out little bits of the poles and arranged them into her body, legs, arms. A bit of a marshmallow makes her head, and some black icing makes her eyes and mouth. Finally, we have Zooble. Zooble is made of lots of different colors and random things, so I found these rainbow colored cookies, put 3 of them in a line. That's Zooble. Deal with it. I didn't even add eyes. Okay guys, I'll be real with you. I forgot about Kinger. Instead of going back and filming it, I'm just gonna add the PNG to the plate. Wow, looks delicious. Next up is the truck used by the circus. This one is longer than the one used by the gummy bandits. To start it, I got more of those wafers I used earlier and started stacking them like Lego bricks, with one on the front to make the grill. Why is the front of a truck called a grill? Do they cook burgers on it? This doesn't answer my question. Why should I care what temperature the truck is? Anyway, to finish off the cab of the truck, I added these candy poles to the top. That actually kind of looks like a truck now, other than not having wheels. Or a back. The back is made of a sponge roll I bought. I got a few more plates here to support its weight because it was looking like the truck was gonna tear in half. Next, I got some Nutella, the nectar of the gods, provided by Zeus at the dawn of the universe, and put 3 big dollops onto the sponge roll to make the chocolate topping. Finally, some pink macaroons will make the wheels. It's time for the diorama bases. I baked a rectangle and a circle. The rectangle is for the trucks, so we'll do that after. First, I took the circle and poured pink icing onto it. Then, I added a circular chocolate biscuit with a chopped up lollipop to make the campfire. Some Tim Tams from the packet I used before make logs, and these marshmallow twists make more. What a cozy scene. I added 2 of the gummy bandits, not Gummy Goo though, because he's gonna be a main character in the Amazing Digital Circus from now on. Right?
Wait, what?
Now for the trucks. I put both trucks onto the pink icing coated slab I made for the diorama. Not a lot of space here. Bro, is it Sydney here or something? This is a joke about how Sydney is crowded, not like Melbourne. No, Melbourne's crowded too. But these trucks, they're not the largest thing in the latest episode. That would be your Sorry, I meant the fudge monster. This horrific monstrosity is not allowed in the Candy City. This differs from the Australian city of Sydney, where every living person inside is the monster. Melbourne lovers, rise up. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even live in Melbourne, man. They just paid me $6.9 million to do this. To make the fudge monster, I got this chocolate mud cake and then scraped off all the white icing, because we don't need that. Then I just covered it in fudge, just so much fudge, and then used some white icing to give it eyes and a mouth. Done. Alright, with all the candy finished, it's time to eat them. Except, not this time. No. This time, I decided to take the candy, 3D scan it, and turn it into 3D models. Now I can make an incredible 3D animation. Bum, dum, dum, bum, bum, bum. Very cinematic, where the candy eats me.
Wait, what?
Incredible what modern engineering can do. Thanks for watching. Lick, subscribe, comment on button below. Thanks to my members for supporting the channel.